What's up, Copy Squad? It's your boy, Kyle Milligan, coming to you live from Delray Beach, Florida. And today I want to talk about when to stop seeking support. So, I was just in Baltimore, Maryland, working on some ideas, talking to people. And while I was there, I got a chance to talk to a lot of people, a lot of juniors and folks who are kind of getting just started. And they want to talk about what I was doing back when I was at their stage in the career. Back when I was just a couple months in, I started producing some highly profitable promos, I guess you'd say, and they were kind of looking for, hey man, how did you do it? That's kind of like the question everybody asks, right? How do you do it? What's the secret? And I think what I started to notice was a pattern in people who were in the junior level were asking me questions that I started to see a pattern. I was like, you need to stop asking questions is the problem. The problem is you're doing what Steven Pressfield calls seeking support. Steven Pressfield wrote this book, The War of Art, and then he's got a little, he breaks this book into a bunch of little small chapters, and this is one that's about the resistance and support. And like this book is really cool. It's just like one page for each like way like the resistance ruins your life and slows you down from, you know, doing your work and fulfilling your purpose. And I really like this idea of resistance and support because he labels it basically like the most insidious form of resistance. It's this idea of my marketer won't get behind my space ads or my marketing idea or my marketing plan. The publisher doesn't believe in my idea, etc., etc., etc. And maybe they're right? But the only way to know is to test it. And I think there was at a point I was talking to this one guy, and it seemed like no matter what I said, the reason was people wouldn't get on board or help him with his ideas. The reason everything was going wrong or he was failing or it wasn't working out was because every time he went to somebody and tried to pitch his idea or tried to get some feedback, he wasn't getting the support that he wanted or needed. They were basically just, he felt, scoffing him off, like, okay, be gone with you. And on one hand, I was like, yes, I get it. That sounds terrible. That sounds really bad. That sounds bad. But after talking to him for a while myself, I started to see the pattern. And it came to a point where I was kind of like, okay, now just go do it. And I started to become like one of those guys that he was complaining about. And that's when I put like 2 and 2 together and was like, bro, you got to stop seeking support. Let me tell you a little bit about The War of Art, what he says about seeking support. I'm going to read this little passage to you really quick. Have you ever been to a workshop? These boondoggles are colleges of resistance. They ought to give out PhDs in resistance. What better way of avoiding work than going to a workshop? But what I hate even worse is the word support. Seeking support from friends and family is like having your people gathered around you at your deathbed. It's nice, but when the ship sails, all they can do is stand on the dock waving goodbye. Any support we get from persons of flesh and blood is like monopoly money. It's not legal tender in that sphere where we have to do our work. In fact, the more energy we spend stoking up on support from colleagues and loved ones, the weaker we become and the less capable of handling our business. So the world of copywriting is not a permission seeker's game. It's a doer's game. When I had Jake Hoffberg on the channel, he talked about how he got a client by doing spec work, basically just doing the work and submitting it for free. And then eventually they became a client of his. It's almost like that same attitude once you're inside the business. Now that you've made it and you've been hired or whatever, it doesn't mean that everyone's going to come to you and tell you, do this, write that. No, it's kind of almost the same game, but with a salary. Basically, just write it. Just do the thing. And one of the worst things that I'm starting to see when I got to come back and meet all these juniors, and I only say this now because I'm going to blame myself too, is this idea of I have to have this meeting with this guy or this idea, I can't write it. And it's like, no, dude, you should probably just write it. Like, if you feel passionate about it, if you feel convinced that it's the thing to do, you need to start writing it. You need to start getting it on the page. And a lot of times the stuff you put on the page is going to be junk. But nobody can edit a blank page. Nobody can critique your invisible copy. Nobody can critique the missing pages that you've never written up, right? So you need to stop seeking support pretty much almost immediately. It's like this idea that support is just, it's a form of resistance. And whenever you can kind of make that connection, then you start to see it yourself. I have been in the same boat too recently. So I have a promo that went out and it didn't catch, right? And so I've been writing up releads and I've been going to other people that might want to try to say, how can we make this more acceptable for our audience, right? So I've been doing this, and basically I've had this pattern of like seeking support. It's kind of starting to feel like where I'm not getting it. I'm not getting the support. Like people are like, that's just not going to sell here. Like these are ideas that are too far ahead of the curve. Basically, like what I've been saying. Our guy doesn't care about that, so he's not going to whip out his wallet for that thing. And I think there are ways that maybe we could structure it to make it more relevant and salient for our guy. But I don't think I'm going to get the buy-in that I'm hoping to get. I don't think I'm going to get the support that I'm seeking, someone to pat me on the back and say, hey, that's a really great idea. You should go do it. I think that's kind of the world of copywriting in a nutshell, is at some point you kind of just got to take the leap. Either I need to write that idea up and test it and just see if it works. And that could mean sacrificing 1.5 months of my life to something that may or may not work. Or I can say, you know what, you guys are right, and move on. The worst possible thing I can do is to continue seeking support, to continue bouncing around and waiting for someone to say, attaboy, go after it. Another thing I was noticing when talking to these juniors was this idea that going around, the more you go around seeking support, the more opportunities you're just giving to meet more resistance, all right? So support in itself, seeking the support, the act of bouncing around and looking for someone to, give you that pat on the back and say, good idea, I really support this, I'm behind you. That's kind of an uphill battle in itself, and it takes time. On the other hand, the more people you talk to, the more support you try to gather, the more opportunities you're giving for someone to tell you, I actually don't like that, right? It's a numbers game. Like half people are going to tell you yes, half people are going to tell you no. Everyone's a little bit different. But at the end of the day, it's really about, are you passionate about this idea? Are you passionate about this topic? Then you should write it. And whenever you have something written, you can present it and say, hey, would you critique this for me? Or you can say, hey, let's go ahead and submit this out and test it. And here's a few emails to run traffic to this promo, and let's test it. And then you'll know. So I think when to stop seeking support is pretty much like right away. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this Copy Squad. Check out my book, Take Their Money, at kylerwriter.com/book. It will teach you the secret language of selling to the emotional brain, where all decisions are made, and hopefully make you some money. Thanks so much for tuning in. Peace out. Copy Squad.